Welcome to the Wednesday Show with Mo.
My name is Monique. I'm a mother of 5, a wife, a registered nurse, an equestrian, a Christian, and a health coach. Hello. I am coming to you today with my friend Allison, who's done the health journey with me, and she's also helping a lot of people change their lives. Allison is an example of what our program can do. And I'm really excited because she's my first interview on the Wednesday Show with Mo, and I'm really excited to share what she's done. So before I start asking her a bunch of questions and putting her in the hot seat, I wanted to start with showing you a picture of Allison. And this is my sweet friend when I met her over here on the left in this green shirt. And she noticed the expression on Allison's face. This is before she started. And this is Allison now. And you can see a lot. I mean, yeah, you can see how much she shrunk, but look at the expression on her face and the freedom that this lady has now. I'm going to go ahead and put her again on the hot seat. Let me stop sharing so you can see her beautiful face. There's a lot to share. So I just wanted to start with asking you, Allison, can you tell us a little bit about how you and I met?
Yeah. So first, thanks for having me on. I feel so honored to be your very first guest in the hot seat. So we actually met on the football field. Our kids play football together, and I was watching you shrink as I was steadily growing. And I asked you, what are you doing? And you shared with me, and it wasn't the perfect season of my life to start my journey yet. I had to be miserable a little while longer, and I had to make a path. So it wasn't something that I was in a place financially to be able to invest in myself yet. And so I had to think about it. I had to be miserable about it. I had to chew on it. I had to be resentful about it. Oh, I guess only affluent people can afford to be healthy. And I just kind of had to wallow. I had to think about it when I woke up in the morning. I had to think about it as I lay in bed going to sleep at night. And I definitely had to think about it every time I saw myself naked in the mirror. And finally, I just said, you know what? I'm just going to do it. I'm going to throw caution to the wind. And when this doesn't work for me, notice I say when instead of if, because I was convinced that it wouldn't work for me because I'm special. My mom always told me I'm special. I'm a special case. I'm just broken. Then I would only be out 1 month, right? No big deal. And at least I would know. I wouldn't have to lay there and wonder anymore. And so I did. I went in and I said, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this so good. I'm going to do it so good. I'm going to cross all the T's and I'm going to dot all the I's so that when it doesn't work for me, nobody's going to be able to tell me that I didn't do it right. And so to my shock and amazement, on day 4, I knew, oh my goodness, this is going to work for me. Right. I woke up on day 4 with the energy. It was a Saturday morning, and I got up and I wanted to clean my living room. Never happens.
Never
happens. And so,
you weirdo.
I know.
Disclaimer, that doesn't usually happen. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. Where's the disclaimer? And so I was amazed, and I was feeling good, and I was sleeping better, and I had more energy, and I just, it was touching every part of me. And so I was like, uh-oh, now I got to find a way to pay for this for next month. And so I got creative and I found a way to make it work. And through my journey, I have been able to show up for my family. I have, because of investing in myself, which I always thought it took me 40 years to figure out that self-care is not selfish.
Amen.
And so by pouring into myself and investing in myself, I'm able to show up as a better wife. I'm able to show up as a better mother, as a better friend, as a better coworker, all these things. Like, so it wasn't selfish. It benefits all of you. Everybody who's watching this right now, who knows me personally, it's benefiting you too. Yeah. And so, you know, because of this program, I've been able to get off of my blood pressure medication that I was on for many, many years. I was pre-diabetic before starting program, and now that's nowhere even in the realm of possibility for me right now. And that runs strong in my family. Like, I'm probably going to be, you know how some people brag like, oh, I'm the first person in my family to go to college since whenever. Well, I'm the first person in my family to not have diabetes, y'all. So that's pretty big for me. So yeah, that's how we met. That's how I got started. And, you know,
that's so awesome. Allison makes me want to cry because I remember what she looked like, her expression on her face. And I'm not talking about her weight. And I know who she is, and I love her with all my heart. And the fact that this girl has changed everything. And people, she looks amazing. But it's not about that. Not at all. And if people think it's about that, they don't get it. It's
You're gonna make me cry.
I'm sorry, me too. We're both like, ball baby. I need tissue on the Wednesday show with Mo.
Have some.
But anyway, really, it's about, Allison, I didn't ask you, how much weight have you lost?
So right now I'm sitting at 120 pounds lost, and I have about 20 more until I am at my dream goal weight that I never thought I'd be at. But I mean, I'm so close I can taste it, y'all. I'm so close. 120 pounds.
Yeah, just that mean that she lost a whole person and gained back who she is inside. It's pretty powerful. I find Allison to be an absolutely no excuses. If you knew her, she has the reason why. She doesn't have a lot of money. She doesn't have a lot of the things that some people do have, and she doesn't care. She's a no excuses girl. She's also incredibly positive, and I'm going to make her head swell. So she's going to have a fat head in a minute.
Look, I'm not going to fit in this doorway behind me when we're done.
Keep an eye on that. But seriously, she's also a really positive person. Allison, can you share with us just a little bit why you're positive as opposed to negative when you could use negativity as an excuse?
Yeah, absolutely. So I really believe that we invite in what we put out, right? So, I mean, if you're vibrating in a frequency of negativity and drama and I can't, you're going to invite those things into you. Mm-hmm. But if you are operating in a frequency of love and positivity and yes, I can, and all of the good things, then that's what you're going to invite in. And that's what I want to invite in. I want to invite in positivity and abundance and love and hope. I want all those things. I mean, think about it like a radio station or a TV station. You have to tune in to what you want to see or what you want to hear, right? It's the same thing. So you tune in to what you want in your life. You create what you want in your life, you know? You can take something negative like hunger, like, oh, I can't do this program. I'm so hungry all the time. And you know what I turned it into, you guys? In my mind, this is how my mind works. Please don't laugh, or do laugh. I don't care. In my mind, I have turned those hunger pains that I used to experience in the first couple of weeks. It really doesn't last long, but the first couple of weeks, those hunger pains, I turned them into something positive. I said, you know what? Every time I feel that hunger, that is my fat cells imploding and dying. So it's working. It's working. Every time I feel hungry, I'm like, oh yes, it's working. Yeah. So, and that's just one example. I mean, you can take a negative and find a positive. Silver linings, y'all. Come on.
And that's totally what Allison does. And Allison learned, she didn't start out that way. That unhappy lady in that green tank wasn't that positive person. Allison took the things that we learn in our program and people know if they've talked to us about it before, it's this much about the food and it's this much about everything else. And so she took the things that she learned and she turned that around to make herself positive. And she gives that to her clients and she gives that to her family. And that's really amazing. The next question I was going to ask you was just briefly, what has changed since you decided to get healthy? Besides the obvious, what has changed?
Well, I mean, how much time do we have? You said briefly.
We'll just do a minute or two.
Hours. So everything. my body has changed. My physical health has changed. My mindset has changed. It's this right here, guys.
Mm-hmm.
This changes everything. My finances have changed, but some really fun and cool, like non-scale victories that I have experienced that were the most important to me, and I may cry, was the day that my daughter could hug me all the way and her fingers could touch behind me. That was the most important, powerful hug I ever received in my life. And she said, "Mom, I can reach all the way around you."
Yeah.
I mean, that's worth $1
Enough
million,
said, girl.
you guys.
Enough said, girl. That's beautiful. And that's why Allison and I both decided to start coaching, because we both had that really similar freedom of, for me, changing the way I felt about myself from the inside out and all those things like she just shared. We want other people to feel those things too. And so
I'm
that's
sorry.
why we both, it's okay. It's real, and I appreciate that you're being honest and vulnerable, because it's not easy to share those things. But if it helps one person, we don't care if people think we're weird, or we don't care if people think, what are you bowing on Facebook for? If we can help one person, then it's worth it.
Anybody that knows me in real life knows I'm a crier. That's just who I am.
I love you, girl. So just going back to that one thing you said again, I've heard people say, a big reason people say, well, there's COVID and the holidays and I can't afford to get healthy. I said before, and I meant it, Allison doesn't have a lot of money. She couldn't afford to do the program, but she found a way. And Allison, tell me, what do you say to people that say, I can't afford it?
I say that is a very limiting mindset, and you're doing yourself a huge disservice. I say you need to move forward. One of my mentors, one of the people that I look up to so much, he says it beautifully. He says you need to move from I can't afford it to how can I afford it? And that's what I had to do. I had to go from I can't to how can I? Is it going to happen overnight for you? Probably not. Didn't for me. But just getting this part right here to start looking at different ways is amazing. And the other thing that I would say is it's about priorities, okay? Our health has to be number one. This body and this mind, it's all we have. It's the only one we get. So when you tell me that you can't afford your health, I know that if your car broke down tomorrow or if your TV broke, you would find a way to get it repaired and you would find a way to buy another one. Why are those things more important than your body? This is your vehicle. This is what gets you where you need to go. What could be more important than your health? Yeah. So you need to reevaluate your priorities.
Awesome. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I think it's one major thing that people say. And, we both know it's not as expensive as they think it is, but it's one of the things that people go, I can't afford it. Can you afford not to? That's the question. I'm a cheapskate. I can afford it, but I'm a cheapskate. And it was like, I couldn't even buy myself a pair of shoes. And gosh, the best investment I ever made was me. And it's not about the money. It's about the freedom, right? It's about the freedom that we both have. Allison's wearing a super cute dress today. I'm going to shut this off here in a second because I don't want to go on too long. But this girl, just kind of show your sleeve or something so we can see how cute it is. Tell me that darling girl would have worn that dress 120 pounds ago. No. She went and you're so cute. I just love it. She went to the store and picked it off the rack, guys, and look at how cute she is. So I just want to say again, it's not about what you look like. We don't care if you're a size 47 or you're a size 4. It's about loving yourself enough to be healthy. And I really appreciate, Allison, that you came on this with me today just to share a little bit about you and a little bit about your vulnerable journey, which hasn't been easy, but look at the payoff. And to say, Allison and I are both telling you that if I can do it and if Allison can do it, you can do it. So reach out to us and we'll help you. That's what we want to do. Thanks for coming on today, girl. I appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Bye.